We just recently put in 2 new Relentless ropes from Torque Fitness. From a gym owner and a fitness coach, I want to go through my perspective and my review. I want to talk about the durability. I want to talk about, if I think this is worth adding to your training. And I want to talk about how you can program the Relentless rope into your workouts. So let's not waste time. Let's hop into our review. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking all about the Torque Relentless rope. We just put 2 of these into the gym. I've had a chance to program it in my own workouts and my clients' workouts, get feedback, and we'll go through the full review on these today, and also tell you how you can program this into your workouts. There's a couple different ways that I like to program it into my clients' workouts and for myself. So at the end of the video, we'll talk about how to really program this into your workouts as conditioning tool and as a strength tool. If you guys do have interest in picking one of these up after the review today, I do have an affiliate link that you guys can save some money on. You can use the code FITGRIND at torquefitness.com and you can get $50 off of your Torque Relentless rope. I'll leave the link to that down in the comments in the description below. You can click on that link and you can use the code FITGRIND. Like I said, that is an affiliate link. I do get a small commission, but that doesn't change the review. Everything that I post here on my YouTube channel and on my website is my full, honest, in-depth review on what equipment is actually worth spending your hard-earned money on. So if you want to pick one of these up, save yourself $50, use the code FITGRIND. I've been looking at these for a while. We have lots of conditioning tools here at the gym. We have assault runners, we have skiers, we have rowers, we have bikes, we have fan bikes, we have sleds from Torque Fitness. And this is something I've been looking. I always like to spice up workouts. I like to keep it fun. I like to always add new equipment to just keep the workouts here fresh and always looking for different ways that we can add new equipment. And this is something I've been eyeing for a while, and I was excited to pick it up and put it in. First thing that you'll notice off the bat is it hardly takes up any space. And from a gym owner and someone that owns a home gym as well, this is something that is awesome because if you can get equipment that's going to give you some variety in your training, but it's also not going to take up a ton of space, that's awesome. I have them mounted here on our rig, on our squat rack. You can wall mount these. You can mount them to any uprights on your squat rack. So overall, the space saving aspect of something like this, I think, is a really huge pro off the bat. I do also really like the design. I like the all black look. Everything we have here in the gym, other than the Rogue Monster Light rig and our Rogue benches, is black. So it fits really seamlessly with all the equipment that we have. I like the all black design. I think Torque does a really good job with some of their branding. On the Torque M1 sleds that we have, there's little emblems that say "Don't quit." This is the Relentless rope. It really kind of blends into their identity of working hard, training hard, and that's something that I really identify with, and I really like that. So I like the name Relentless rope. It's something that has a great design. A lot of times when you're doing rope climbs, it's something that for a lot of people, they can't achieve a rope climb or it takes them a while to build up to a rope climb. This is going to simulate that movement as well as have the adjustability to kind of adapt to the user and the client or the person that's using it. So that's why I really like it, because you can have people of all different fitness levels use this, get the benefits of doing rope climbs, whether it's for strength work, whether it's for conditioning. There's lots of ways you can program this into your workout, but I like the adjustability. There's 4 different settings, and I will say, I'm going to get this question off the bat, so I'm going to answer it right away. 4 is freaking heavy. People ask, is it really that heavy? I click it on 4, they try it out, and I'm like, wow, that's really challenging for 20 or 30 seconds. So 4 is plenty of resistance. Some people say, is it going to be enough? Plenty of resistance, set it on 4. You can crank it down to 3. You can crank it down to 2. You can also crank it down to 1. So what I've found is all of my clients, whether they're 20 years old or 80 years old, are able to use this. So it's going to work for a lot of people. You can modify it. If you want to do more strength-based work, you can crank that resistance up. If you want to go for more speed and conditioning and mix it into circuits or EMOMs or AMRAPs, you can go a little lighter and focus on hand over hand. You can do it seated. You can do it standing. You can do all sorts of variations. And I really like that because, again, with training, what we're trying to look for is we're trying to look for things to buy that are going to give us the most variety in your training. If you're buying a machine, not that that's wrong, but if a machine does one exercise, it's very limited, takes up a ton of space. This hardly takes up any space. You can do a lot of things with it. You can do strength work. You can do conditioning. There's lots of varieties that you can do. And that's why I really like it as a gym owner and as a coach, because I can program it a lot of different ways, and you'll be able to do that in your own workouts as well. Now, as far as the design, it's an awesome design. The rope itself is high quality. It's not so slick that it's going to get out of your hands, but it's not coarse and textured like if you've climbed a rope before and you get all those pricks in the hands. That's no fun. You're not going to get that with this. So it's a very good rope. It's high quality. In a gym like this where it's getting used every single day, I think the rope will wear over time. You can buy replacement ropes. But if you're buying it for a home gym or a garage gym or somewhere where it's not getting a ton of use every day, I think this rope is going to last you a long time because you're going to be using it a couple times a week. And I think that this rope is really going to last. As far as the design, it's not crazy complex. It reminds me of a cable where that rope is really just endless. You can pull hand over hand. So that's on 4 right here. You can see, I'm struggling. It's something that's definitely challenging, especially if you're really getting after it for 30 seconds. This is something that can really be programmed for strength as well. You can also easily change the resistance with the lever, and you can change your resistance down to make it a little bit easier. I like to pull nice and high sometimes. You get your lats engaged a little more. You can go quick with your triceps, kind of more of a tricep push down. Again, there's lots of variation that you can do with this piece of equipment, and that's really the huge pro of it. I think durability-wise, it's going to last. Mounting options, like I mentioned, you can mount it on a squat rack on your uprights. You can buy a wall mount, and you can mount it to your wall, again, taking up hardly any space. So for me, this is really something that kind of smashes it out of the park. I love the functionality of it. I love to be able to add different exercises. I love the space-saving aspect of it. We're always looking to kind of maximize our square footage and, what can we add without taking up a bunch of space? This is a huge option. I really like to program it for strength monostructurally. So one way that I've programmed it for that I really like, that clients like, is to program this with other upper body isolation exercises. So if you're looking for a gnarly arm circuit, go do a bicep curl, go do a tricep push down or a skull crusher, then come over and do 30 seconds of ropes and mix it in monostructurally. That circuit will crush you. That is a huge arm demolisher that is a really good way to kind of finish at the end of the workouts. You can also mix it in with some conditioning. So say you're doing a conditioning circuit, say it's an EMOM, we're doing every minute on the minute, and you're doing a rower, you're doing treadmill, and you're doing the ropes. Every minute on the minute, it could be, say it's 40 seconds on the rower, 20 seconds transition. 40 seconds on the treadmill, 20 seconds transition to the rope, 40 seconds on the rope, 20 seconds transition back to the rower. Again, you can get really creative with this. You can turn that resistance up and down depending on what you're trying to go for, or your strength and your fitness level. Everybody's at a different level. Over time, you're not going to outgrow this because, say you're on level 1 now, as you get stronger, you can crank it up to 2, 3, and 4. And really, the harder that you pull, there's going to be infinite amount of resistance. So it's going to match your effort. It is challenging. I've been training for 15 years in the gym. I mean, if I'm getting after it, this thing has plenty of resistance. So for most people, I think it's really going to have a top end that's plenty heavy. And then again, the low end of 1 is also going to be where most people can use this and have no problem, even if you're starting at a lower fitness level or you're not as strong yet and you want to continue to get stronger. Overall, I love the Relentless ropes. I think it's really cool. I think it's a different addition. Lots of other conditioning tools are very lower body focused. So bikes and treadmills and Stairmasters, ellipticals. This is a conditioning tool that has a strength component, that has a conditioning component, but it's also upper body focus. And there's a lot of variety you can do with it. So I really like it from that aspect. I think it's totally worth it. It does come in at $999. Said you can save $50 if you use the code FitGrind. You guys can save yourself some money if you are interested in picking one of these up and adding them to your gym. But in my opinion, I think it's a great investment. I think it's something that's going to last. The durability, the quality of this build. I have multiple Torque products. We have the Torque sleds. I have a Torque F9 cable at our home gym. We have some of these. Torque makes really high quality equipment. This is something that's going to last. You're going to buy it. You want to buy high quality and it's going to last. You want to buy something that's cheap. You're going to buy something and invest your money in high quality equipment that's going to last you a long time. This is really a good option. So from a gym owner and a coach, I really like this. If you're on the fence, I think that if you can swallow that price tag, say go for it. I really love this piece of equipment. And I think that you can add it to your training so many different ways. So if you guys have questions on the Relentless rope, comment down in the comment section below. I'd be happy to help out any way they can. Like I said, use the code FitGrind, save yourself $50 on your Relentless rope at torquefitness.com. I'll leave the link in my discount code down in the comments in the description below. So thanks for watching the video today, guys. Subscribe if you are new and go head over to fitgrindreviews.com. Check out my other reviews that I have as well as my other YouTube reviews that I have here. And if you guys have questions, let me know. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
How it's supposed to feel.